Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'd like to start by doing a quick introduction. My name's Divish Ranjan. I've been in the travel industry for over 20 years. I head Navitaire Stratos for the Navitaire organization. It's our next generation portfolio that's focused on delivering modern retailing capabilities. So over the next 15 minutes or so, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about the background and vision of modern retailing in the airline industry, talk a little bit about Navitaire's own portfolio evolution, and then we'll look at a few different approaches to transitioning towards offer and order-based modern retailing. So let's get started. From a background and vision perspective, I do want to share a little bit about Navitaire. For a lot of you, you're familiar with the Navitaire brand. I do want to do a quick recap for those of you who are not aware. We are a wholly owned subsidiary of Amadeus, so Navitaire is an Amadeus company. We've been an industry leader for 30 years in delivering retailing solutions for the airline industry, focusing on the LCC segment in particular. Navitaire has the status of IATA airline retailing maturity as a system provider, which basically means that our NDC and one order capabilities meet the IATA standards and specifications. That's part of our New Skies platform, and I'll talk a little bit more about it coming up here. And then finally, Navitaire solutions run in Microsoft Azure. We are fully in the cloud. All our solutions are operating and running in Azure today. So as we think about modern retailing, let's start with a little bit of background on what modern retailing is and how it's defined by IATA. It is an industry-wide initiative, and the goals are pretty ambitious. They're defined as a push towards dynamic retailing offers and single order concepts with an industry-wide adoption by 2030. This includes and encompasses standards around NDC and one order, which has been gaining traction in the industry over the past several years. And then finally, there's a new retailer and supplier model that's building on top of this. This is part of the initiative to simplify the business and bring more partnerships and simplify interlining within the industry as well. So as we look at this, let's talk a little bit about where we're looking to go. Last year, Navitaire unveiled their new portfolio. It's called Navitaire Stratos. That's the portfolio that I'm heading for Navitaire. And this is our vision statement. So what we're working on and delivering is an industry-leading next-gen retailing platform that is purpose-built for LCC and hybrid carriers. It is aligned and conforming with the modern retailing standards around offers and orders. And keeping at the heart of everything we do, we want this platform to be open, flexible, and support seamless integration. This also aligns with Amadeus and Navitaire core values of innovation, providing world-class customer solutions, and providing that flexibility and integration options in our platform. So next, let's talk a little bit about where we are today, what our retailing platform looks like, and where we're evolving to, and where we're heading. So one of the things is we talk about this retailing journey within the industry, and especially where Navitaire is based. We need to look at where our starting point is. And Navitaire, because of its core foundation, is fundamentally closer to IATA's airline retailing vision. And as such, we believe we're uniquely positioned. Navitaire New Skies is a ticketless platform with a single booking model at its core. Carriers who want to partake in interlining and codeshare are able to do that with our ticketing and codeshare solutions and interlining solutions. But at the heart of it, at the base of it, Navitaire Solutions and New Skies is a ticketless solution. It is a single booking and single order solution. So as we look at our current New Skies retailing platform, as I mentioned, it is a ticketless PSS solution. It is supporting the overall airline retailing life cycle from planning to shopping to booking to delivery and accounting through our auxiliary portfolio. It's a rich set of solutions that take care of the entire airline retailing life cycle. And it's extended by our touch points such as the digital APIs, NDC APIs, and legacy messaging as well. Data today is centralized within this portfolio, and we do provide solutions around data warehousing and replication, so airlines can use that information and data through the platform for extending the solutions on their side and with their partners. Now, where are we going with modern retailing? As I mentioned, with our starting point of being a ticketless platform, being closer to that single booking, single order model, there is still a ways for us to go, and there are 3 pillars that we're focusing on as we talk about Navitaire, Stratos, and airline retailing. It's the first pillar is that of technology and data, so it's modernizing our technology stack, modernizing our data stack, and as such, we're working on building a big data platform and delivering AI and AI-driven insights and intelligence, so we can power more recommendation engine types, style shopping, and so on. The second pillar is really around the airline retailing, so modernizing our retailing capabilities. This starts with a central product catalog capability within the portfolio that allows airlines to configure their products, flights, non-flight ancillaries, and other pieces as well that can be enriched with rich content. The offer management capabilities in Navitaire Stratos, as we evolve, will support the full offer management life cycle of optimizing the offers and allowing our airlines to do dynamic and experimental offers as well. And then as we get into shopping cart, it's really the concept of bringing offers, product catalog together with orders and combining that with the customer information that we have so that we can drive a personalized and rich retailing experience through the Stratos platform. From an order management perspective, we are looking at supporting the full life cycle management with itemized orders. That is an area where there's evolution within the industry, and Navitaire is taking its single booking model and evolving that towards an order model that is itemized and capable of providing rich servicing as well. And then finally, from a customer management perspective, it's about providing the integration with customer relationship management platforms, customer data platforms, to help airlines build that full 360 view of their customers so that they can retail more effectively. Order-based accounting and delivery, that's an area that's frankly still maturing within the industry. We are working with various partners and IATA in that space, but that's still an area where we see there's some space and ways for us to go. As we look at the digital experience, which is the third pillar of providing openness and flexibility in this new platform, we are building all of these capabilities with a rich event-driven architecture at its core, so we can drive the insights and information that is flowing through the platform directly to the airlines and their partners. So as we look at the shift, there are 3 primary ways for us to, pathways for us to consider on how we go towards the modern retailing destination, if you will. The first one is what we're calling a standalone shift. It is this concept of building the solutions and supporting a full adaptation of your business processes to an offer and order based process. Obviously, the key advantage of this is everything simple. You are using PSS-based capabilities today. Tomorrow, you'll fully move over to using offer and order-based capabilities. But on the flip side, this full shift in one go is disruptive and will create challenges for business processes and connectivity. As such, we believe this is a model that might work for the airlines with fewer partner dependencies and fewer ecosystem dependencies, because the offer-order model itself within the industry needs to mature more and be more widely adopted before this can be achieved. But we're on our way there. The second approach is an on-top approach. This approach can deliver early movement towards an offer-and-order-based business model. Strategies such as caching and API integration sitting on top of your PSS capabilities can be used to an extent, and this is primarily driven by building adapters and translators between your current systems and enriching them with offer and order-based solutions on top. However, one of the challenges that we see in this space is the complexity of the translators and the adapters will continue to grow. This is also an approach where it's easy for the PSS and the existing business models to bleed into the new offer and order layer that sits on top, and that has limitations in itself. In fact, Navitaire, with its airline retailing maturity moniker, has used this approach in the past. So we do have a NDC layer that sits on top of New Skies today and integrates with APIs, uses caching and other mechanisms to keep information flowing between the New Skies models and the offer and order model. And it works fairly well up to an extent. But as we did this, there were several limitations that we encountered, and we were able to work past some of those. But there are other limitations that are just inherently PSS-based limitations or core model limitations, if you will, that are really hard to adapt and address. And the third approach that we're looking at here is that of a evolutionary approach. We're calling it the native integration approach. This approach primarily relies on a synchronization bridge that exists between the current system and the offer and order-based system, primarily with the goal to deliver a high level of autonomy between the two systems to allow for the business transformation to happen. This is managed by a combination of technologies between the systems, from data integration, asynchronous messaging and events, as well as limited usage of APIs to keep the coupling to a minimum. In this approach, the evolution can be managed, and one of the key elements of this approach is that because the two systems are inherently decoupled, fundamentally it is possible to achieve the full offer and order transformation without being limited by the underlying system. That is a limitation of the on-top approach. This is an area where, as we are building capabilities in Navitaire Stratos, this is the approach we're taking today. We're seeing some early wins along this way, and we've been able to get that synchronization working fairly well between the two systems. There's still some ways to go and some maturity to achieve in that space. A potential downside of this approach is that for a period of time, there will be two different systems that are operating, and the synchronization will incur some costs. But it does provide for a managed evolution towards the full offer and order transformation, which is the fundamental goal that the industry is moving towards, and a lot of the systems that are working in this space are looking to unlock. So in summary, as we look at the shift that's happening within the industry today, the goal is to achieve the full modern retailing potential and transformation. With New Skies, because our starting point is that of a ticketless single booking model, we're approaching this transformation, if you will, with a different starting point, but we're working towards that native offer and order-based modern retailing with that synchronization bridge approach that I mentioned. So with that, I'd like to invite you to come talk to us at booth A5 for more information, and look forward to speaking to all of you. Thank you.